Have you ever found yourself in one of those moments where you just can't move past your guilt? Maybe you said something or you did something that you just can't undo. Maybe you neglected your family. And if you're a spiritual person, maybe you prayed about it or you journaled about it and you felt a little bit better for a moment in time, but then slowly the guilt began to creep back in. If you ever found yourself in that situation, maybe the next time, instead of praying about it or journaling about it, you should confess. Not to God, but to the person that you actually hurt. See, I know it'll be awkward. I know it might be uncomfortable, but what if your guilt was actually a gift that was leading you to restore relationships and heal wounds? What if your confession was actually the thing that someone needed to move on with their life? And what if it was the very thing that was going to help remove guilt from your life? Why don't you try it next time? Run the intro. Now, if you're a Jesus follower or a spiritual person, or really just any kind of person, there's a part of us that resists the idea of confessing to someone. Heck, there's a part of me that resists confessing to someone. And maybe that's because we've misunderstood confession. And I think there's some part of all of us that play this game that I like to call just the confession game. You know, it's when you go to bed at night and maybe you're praying to God or you're praying to the universe or you're just thinking over the day. And so you ask God or the universe to forgive you. And really in that moment, what you're asking God to do is just simply remove your guilt. Now just imagine that you had a sibling who did that and they treated you like trash and they spoke about you behind your back and they stole stuff from you, and then once a month or once a week they came to you and they apologized, but then they went right back on doing the same thing over and over again. It wouldn't take very long before you didn't have a relationship with that person at all. Yet for most of us, that's how we view confession. So where do we go wrong? Well, for a lot of us, we've boiled confession down to simply acknowledging or admitting something wrong. But that was never the way that Jesus spoke about it. In fact, Jesus spoke about it as a series of steps that lead to change. Change for you, change for me, and change for the person that you hurt. So how do we go about bringing that change about? Honestly, it's as simple as just bringing it out into the open, because the reason you feel guilt is because there are some things in your past that are left unresolved. And I know you might be thinking to yourself, oh, Chris, but can't I just pray to God and he'll forgive me? Yeah, the fact is God will forgive you, but if you lied to someone, if you said something that hurt someone, God wasn't the only party offended. You don't need to just bring what it is into the light with God. You also need to bring it into the light with the person that you've hurt. Because the purpose of forgiveness isn't to alleviate your guilt, it's to bring about change and reconciliation. So, who do you need to confess something to this week? And how could doing that bring about change and reconciliation in your life? Thanks so much for watching the video. If you found it helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And if you really liked it, why not share it with a friend?